The Minnesota Vikings have officially kicked off training camp. And if the first day is any indication, this season could be special. Imagine this, J.J. McCarthy, the rookie quarterback everyone has been dying to see, launches a 60-yard bomb too. Jordan Addison down the right sideline. No cameras were rolling at that moment, of course. Just our luck, but multiple insiders confirmed it. A 60-yard touchdown on the first day of training camp. That's the kind of play that gets you thinking. Big. Addison, who's been making noise all off-season, might be on the verge of a breakout year. And Vikings fans are already buzzing about what this connection could become. Before we continue, make sure to press the like button and subscribe to the channel to stay well informed. But it wasn't just about the offense. Ivan Pace Jr., who many question for his coverage ability, jumped a Sam Howell pass and took it all the way back for a pick six, not to be outdone. And Drew Van Ginkel, who still has fans remembering his near pick six against the Lions in Week 18 last year, finally got one, housing a screen pass after bobbling it slightly. You can feel the energy from the defense. And it's clear that Brian Flores' unit is playing fast and aggressive from the jump. Videos of Van Ginkel and Jonathan Greenard in drills show them moving like absolute freak athletes in Dallas. Turner's raw athleticism has coaches drooling. Kevin O'Connell even mentioned how fantastic Turner's body looks. He's ready to see the field. But the challenge now is finding snaps for him when Van Ginkel and Greenard are expected to play 90 to 95% of them. Could Van Ginkel move into more of a hybrid linebacker role to free up snaps? That's a question the staff is clearly considering. McCarthy himself continues to be the talk of camp. Reporters couldn't stop gushing over the zip he has on the football, so much so that T.J. Hawkinson even compared him to Matthew Stafford earlier this offseason. Watching McCarthy throw is special. His mechanics are sharp, and his arm strength is obvious. The big question remains whether he can develop more touch on his throws. At Michigan, everything was a laser, but he showed some promising signs in early workouts of being able to loft passes over coverage. What stands out most, though, is his leadership. The viral offseason video of McCarthy throwing with Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, Hawkinson, and even Blake Cashman. McCarthy organized that himself. For a rookie quarterback to already be orchestrating chemistry-building sessions is a big deal. And you can tell he's fully locked in on taking control of this offense. Speaking of Addison, he's been in the headlines for other reasons as well, with a possible suspension hanging over him. When asked about it, Addison didn't dodge anything. "Everything is out of my control right now," he said, adding that he'll be ready for whatever decision the league makes. His maturity stood out. A far cry from the young player Vikings fans first got to know. Addison's also been vocal about how important those off-season workouts were in building chemistry with McCarthy, calling the sessions high vibes, good spirits, and just having fun. That's exactly the kind of mentality you want from a player who might be asked to take a huge leap this season. But what happens if Addison does miss time? Kevin O'Connell spoke highly of Jalen Nailor, saying he's primed and ready to have a huge role in our offense. Nailor, already familiar with the system, could slide into Addison's role seamlessly if needed, just as he did last year when Addison battled an ankle injury. Worst case scenario, Addison could face a 3-game suspension, but there's a belief it could be reduced to 2 if appealed. Either way, Nailor's role in September could be critical. Fans have started speculating whether the WR3 spot will go to Nailor, Tavion Fleeton, or Rondale Moore, but Nailor feels like the safe bet on the ground. O'Connell made it clear he sees Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason as the key to establishing a balanced offense. "I really see those guys playing off each other, keeping them both in attack mode," he said. The Vikings aren't going to grind Jones into the ground. Expect more of a 50-50 split with Mason, who was a monster last year with San Francisco, averaging 5.2 yards per carry and ranking 3rd in rushing yards over expected per carry, behind only Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley. This could be the first time in years that the Vikings' running game sets the tone for the offense, with the passing game acting as the explosive cherry on top. And then there's Isaiah Rodgers, the man Kwesi Adofo-Mensah himself labeled as a potential game changer. I think he can probably do a little better in increasing his interception total. And then we will probably be talking about a different tax bracket the next time he's up on the market, Kwesi joked, letting his financial background slip. Coaches rave about Rodgers. Brian Flores pushed hard for his signing, and O'Connell has already expressed excitement about him. The Vikings chose to pass on expensive corners in free agency in favor of Rodgers, signing him to a 2-year, $15 million deal instead of handing out a $60 million contract to someone like DJ Reed. Now Rodgers has to prove he can handle being a full-time starter, something he's never done before. If he does, he could be the biggest X factor on this defense and maybe the whole team outside of McCarthy. What do you think, Vikings fans? Over or under 950 yards for Jordan Addison this season? And who's your pick for the team's biggest X factor other than McCarthy? Drop your answers in the comments because I want to see who you're betting on to step up big this year. And while the first day of training camp already gave us plenty of fireworks, the conversations around this Vikings team are just getting started. J.J. McCarthy is not just showing off his arm. He's already showing signs of leadership that veterans respect. That summer workout session he organized, that's not just a rookie trying to impress, it's a quarterback taking ownership of his locker room. The way he carries himself, the calm confidence he has when speaking to the media, it's giving fans hope that the future might already be here. Yes, he's a rookie, and yes, there will be growing pains, but this kid is attacking every moment like he's been here for years. Jordan Addison, meanwhile, feels like he's on the verge of a breakout. That 60-yard touchdown wasn't just a highlight, it was a statement. Every deep shot we've seen from McCarthy in camp and OTA letters seems to be going Addison's way. It's clear the chemistry is real, and if Addison can stay on the field, he might be the biggest beneficiary of McCarthy's aggressive downfield style. Even with the suspension cloud hanging over him, Addison is saying all the right things. And you can sense he's locked in mentally. The defense, too, is sending a message early. Ivan Pace Jr. getting a pick six on day one could be a sign that his coverage issues might be improving, which would be a massive boost for Brian Flores' system. And Andrew Van Ginkel is already making impact plays, no surprise there. But now with Dallas Turner waiting for more snaps, this edge group might quietly be one of the best in the league. Turner's athleticism has the coaches excited, and figuring out how to get all three of those guys on the field is a good problem O'Connell would love to solve. Isaiah Rodgers is still the wild card. Everyone in the building is betting on him being a difference maker, and Flores reportedly pushed hard to bring him in. If Rodgers locks down his side of the field and adds a couple of turnovers, this entire defense could take a leap. So, Vikings fans, let's talk. Do you believe this defense can be top 10 with Flores calling plays? Can McCarthy and Addison really become one of the best QBWR duos in the NFC this year? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget smash that like button and hit subscribe, because we'll be covering every single training camp update and breaking news all season long. SKOL Vikings!